application, first you have to gather the requirements. So based on the requirement, you have to create the database, and after that you have to start doing the application. So here, just for the training purpose, I am going to the solution and I'm creating one new solution here, which is a training solution. Like I'm giving a name as a training. Okay. So I can select the publisher here. So I'm selecting the default publisher and I'm creating the solution. So it's the best practice to create a solution before starting your application because you have to, keep all your application related things in the solution, particular solution, so that you will be exporting and importing the solutions when you're to the another environment. So that's why creating of a solution is the first step before starting the application. So in the left navigation bar, if I'm going to the solution, I can find my new solution here, which is created 26 seconds ago. Okay. And if I'm clicking on this solution, so there is an empty dashboard over here, and there is no application at all. There is no cards, chartboards, cloud flows, and tables, and etc. Okay. So here I'm clicking on the apps. There is no application built yet. So I'm just creating an application. So here when you click on the new, so here there are many options are available to us. So when you click on the app, as I said, there are two kinds of applications. Like one is Canvas app and another one is the model driven application. So whatever the application that you wanted to create, you can click on it so that the application will be created. And there is a automation like Cloudflow is there, and in the Cloudflow again you are having automated and instant scheduled flows are also there. Okay, and custom connector, if you wanted to create a custom connector to get the data from any other database to the Power Apps, you can create here. And any data flow or a desktop flow which you are using, and a business process flow if you wanted to add, you can create over here. And a data card and the chart board if you wanted to create, or if you wanted to create a dashboard for two column overview and all these things, and the reports, security roles. You can add your security rules to the application over here, which is already designed, and a Dataverse table, you can create the Dataverse table. Okay, so if you wanted to create a choice or component library and other connection references and all, you can create under clicking on new. So first here, and also you can add existing. So for example, you already created an application and which is not in your solution, then you can go and click on the add existing and search for the canvas app which you have already built, then add to this solution so that that application will come and sit in this solution. Okay, so here I don't have any other application, so that's why I'm creating from the scratch and I wanted to create a canvas application. So this is your interface when you click on the canvas application. So here in the dashboard it is showing like there are two types of screens are available here. So one is the mobile view and another one is the desktop view or a tablet view. So that's why when before starting of application, it is asking to create whether the format is a tablet or a phone. So if I click on the phone, then the application will be created in the phone format. If I'm clicking on the tablet, then the application will be created in a tablet. So for the beginning, I'm just clicking on the tablet. So application. So I have created one Canvas application in a tablet mode. So this is the Canvas application in a tablet mode view. Okay. Okay. So as of earlier, we have seen the Power Apps dashboard, and now it is a Power Apps Studio dashboard. So we are having two components here as a developer. So this is a Power Apps Studio, what we can call it as a Power Apps Studio, and here we will be able to develop the application. Okay. So here again, you can find a lot of options over here. Will come from this way, and this is redo and undo that as already in the many Microsoft products. Okay, and after that there is a plus icon. So here you can insert the controls which are required to your applications. So there are many controls are available here, and we'll learn each control individually. And if you wanted to add a data, you can add over here. And if you wanted to add a new screen, you can add from these screens. So if you wanted to create a theme for this your application, you can select your theme. Okay. And it is showing that the application in your editing mode. So for example, if the same application is opened by another user which is having the access to it, then it will be showing like view mode. So you cannot edit this application. It will be showing here as a view mode. So as you are the owner of this application, you are the only person who is editing on this. So that's why it is showing as editing. And this is the property pane. So you can click and unclick on this so that the right side properties will be shown to you. And this is the comments icon, and this is the app checker. So if you are doing any mistake in your application, this app checker will be giving you the status of your application code. So for example, there is an error in your code. So this app checker will be showing some error dot here. So red color dot will be shown on this top of this app checker so that we can able to know. So there is an error in this code. So if you click on this app checker and it will be showing where exactly the error is located in your code. Okay, and this is for the sharing of the application to some other people. Whether you can give the user access or co-owner access, you can give from here. And this is a run mode of or a preview of the application. You can click on this run mode, then you can able to see how the application will be looks like in a real-time view. So this is a run mode, and this is a save button. So after completing your code execution and all, if you are satisfied with the code, you can save by clicking on this button. And also there is another options like save with version notes. Version note is for your reference purpose. So when you are saving the application, then you wanted to, for example, in a day, you have been saved this application multiple times. But exactly at what point you have saved this application, for that reason, you need to mention some version notes. So this is the option that you can save the application with the version notes so that you can easily recall your, coding the things like to edit it again or save as a copy. So for example, if you wanted to make a copy of this application, then you can click on a save as a copy and download a copy in a .ms app file. So if you are downloading a copy of this, so you can able to download this MSF file and you can import in any other environment. And this is a public publish option. And once after you save all the changes that you already made, then if it wanted to reply, if you wanted to um, you wanted to see the changes in your application in the real time, then you have to publish the application. So then and only you will be able to have the changes in your application in the real time. So this is the most important thing, like you have to publish the application before you leave the studio, so that whatever you do the changes that will be reflected in the application. So this is on the top bar, and so here you will be having the properties of each control. So for example, I have selected the screen, then I will be having the select screen properties of this. So what is the background image, and what is the content language, fill, height, and every property of the screen will be shown here in the drop down. So if you wanted to write a code on the screen, you can write on here. So you can select this drop down and you can write on this bar. So this is a very important bar as a developer. So this is the FX, which is nothing but the code whatever you wanted to write. So you have to write in this FX bar. So this is a space which we have to concentrate more as a developer. So this is our space. The code you wanted to write is you have to write in this FX bar. Okay. So this is the second layer of this thing. So you can expand and collapse this formula bar, and you can format the text after you writing the code, or you can remove the format and you can search the code content in this whatever you have written in this case. Okay. Then after that, there is a tree view here. So this is a hamburger menu for these components, and there is a tree view. Tree view is nothing but like it will be showing your entire scheme of these applications. For example, I have another screen. So there is a screen one and screen two. So this type of tree view will be shown by clicking on the tree view. and there is an insert button is there. So you can click on this insert and you can have the controls which is same as here. So here also you can have the same controls, and here also you can have the same type of controls. You can insert any control that you wanted to have. And this is a database which is to be added to the application. And by clicking on the data, you'll be able to add the data, which is nothing but a data verse or a SharePoint or whatever it may be. So there you can find many number of databases available here. So you can see all the tables in the Dataverse that you have in this environment. Also, you can have the AI models are also there, and you can have the connectors such as Outlook connectors, Microsoft 365 user connector, SharePoint, SQL Server, and all other connectors are also available here. So this is the main part of the application, like it's a heart of the application, because without database you cannot do anything on the front end. So when you wanted to add the database, then you have to click on the data and add the data from here. There is a button called media. So from here you can add your images, videos, or audio files, whatever you wanted to apply in your application, so that you can add from here. And you wanted to add a flow to the application, then you have to click on the Power Automate, and then you can add the flow from here. And these are the variables called which you have declared in your application, and any other advanced tools such as monitors and test cases. So monitor is a tool that where you can identify the errors and all these things when it is in a run mode, and you can search the control and everything here from this case. Okay, so this is regarding the left side bar, left navigation bar, and there is a tree in the tree view. You are having screens and components. So we'll discuss regarding this component a bit later in the sessions. So because you have to understand first basic things of the Power Apps, then only you can able to understand the components. And this is a very important concept in the Power Apps, because without having the components, you cannot design the application in a uniform way. So I'll tell you what is component and all in the later sessions. So in the screens, so there is a plus icon over here, and you can have the new screen. So there are different types of the screens are available for you. So this is a blank screen which we have already taken here, and another one is a split screen. So there will be two types of the screens are available. So this can be utilized when you click on one particular button, then that detail should be displayed in a separate screen like that. So this is called a split screen. So already pre-built screens are available, this type of templates, and a sidebar type of screen. So this is a sidebar type of screen already you have pre-designed here, and where you can have the header as your name and all, and sidebar is having certain details, and detailing screen is also there. So another content is having some detailing view. So header and footer, this is the exclusive for header and footer type of things. So approval request and welcome screens, and many more screens are there. And one more important one is the scrollable screen. So there you can have the scrollable screen, like if, for example, if the data is, the details that you wanted to take, fields or number of fields or more, then you can take the scrollable screen and you can utilize of that. Like that, based on your requirement, you have to, think which screen that you wanted to utilize it. Okay, so this type of screens are also there. Sometimes, if you wanted to show to the end user that your form has been uploaded successfully, then you can utilize this kind of screen over there. But it is just for a sample. No need to use only this type of screen. That is depending upon your choice, like whether to use or not. So if I wanted to use a custom screen, then I can utilize as per my own design like that. So if you are clicking on the right side of this three dot, then you will be having many more options. Like I can move this screen to up. I wanted to make the screen to up, then I can move up and down. And also I can paste some code which is already existing in another screen, and I can duplicate the screen. Same type of controls will be copied to the screen. I can delete it, I can rename the screen, I can collapse and I can expand and everything. I can see this. So on the three dots of the screens. So as of now I don't require all the screens, so just I'll delete it. Just keep two screens here. Okay, so here this is regarding the screens. Okay, so based on the requirement, you have, as a developer, you have to think which screen that you wanted to take it. And entering into the screen controls here, I can insert a label over here. Okay, and when you click on the insert and just you click on the text label, then a label will be inserted here. So label is a control which you can see, which you can have the, which you can utilize it for the display purpose. Display purpose. Whatever you wanted to show, then you can simply utilize it for the display purpose. So here, if you click on the particular label, you can go to this tree view and you can click on the label, or else directly you can click on the label on the screen, then it will be selected. And the left side there will be a lot of properties of the label. So you can see every control is having its own properties on the left side drop down. So here you can change your properties as per your requirement. And also there is some more properties are also available in the right side. So there are so the label name is also mentioned over here. So this is a label one, which is mentioned over here. I can rename it. Sample label. Example, I'm showing how to rename these things. And what is the text which I've mentioned over here is the display purpose. We have to mention the double quotes to display the text. Okay. So display purpose, and I can change my font, and I can change my font size even. I can change my font weight, bold, semi bold, or normal. Change my font styles. Okay. So text alignments and all these things, and auto height option. So overflow is nothing but scrolling, hidden and scroll. So overflow in the sense what, when you have the lot of data in it, then you can have the scrolling. So this kind of scrolling is available here. So when you click on it hidden, then you don't have the scrolling option. So that's why you have to choose based on your requirement how you wanted to have the label in your application. So display mode is edit, and that means whenever you are keeping the display mode as view, you cannot able to edit the label. And when the display mode is edit, then you can able to edit the control. And this is the exposition of the control. So here what I am saying is the general properties are same for every control. Even it will be same for text input button or some, but whatever the general type of controls are there. So these are same for every uh, so every control, same type of things are there. Okay, so this is the X property of the label. So as of now it is 84. I just wanted to change it to the 100. Then my X property of my label has been changed to somewhat right side. So for example, I wanted to change it to 400. Then it will be like shifted to some other distance. So this is how I can change my X properties and Y properties of the control. So RS directly I wanted to keep wherever I require to this, so that my X property is automatically adjusted to 507. So you need not to exactly put the same values of the properties, but you can have your based on your requirement. For example, I wanted to have X my label here, then my X value will be 72. Or else if the client has specifically mentioned like my label has to start at this position of screen like 81, X position of this label should be 81, then you have to make it as per their requirement. And similarly the Y also, the Y property also change it to automatically when you drag this label to some other position. And this is the width of the label. So it is 253 as of now. I can extend it to 500 so that my width has been increased, and the height is also based on your requirement. You can change your heights, or else directly you can drag by using these options in the label. So automatically it will be adjusted. So this is a left padding, bottom padding, left, top, bottom, left, and right paddings are also available. So let me take this one as also an example. 45 padding I have given so that my label text has been moved to the right side somewhat. And I can change my colors based on the selection of the colors you can have, or else you can have some custom colors here. Directly you can enter your RGBA code, or you can select any other color which is required to you. So you can change as per your requirement. And this is a fill color of the label so that you can label will be filled with background colors. You can play with number of colors, or else you can put whatever you wanted to put as per your requirement. And this is the border of the label. So these properties are similar for all type of the controls. So at that time I'll not explain you again. So that's why I'm just going with one and one other properties here. So I can choose the border radius also. Based on this border color also, I can select it like this. So this is how you can change your properties of a control based on the requirements. And there are some more properties called advanced properties. You can have the advanced properties based on your requirements. Okay. So this is regarding the label control. So label is utilized for the display purpose only. So whatever you wanted to indicate the client or end user, then you can directly use a label so that the display will be shown to the user. And this is regarding the label. And next I'm clicking on the screen and I'm inserting the text input. So what is the meaning of the text input? Means when you wanted to enter a data to the screen, then you can have the text input as a control. So when I wanted to enter some data to the application, so I have to give you the text input as an input so that the end user can able to enter here. Data enter here. So like that I can enter the data. But whereas in case of label, I cannot enter the data. So this is the major difference between these two, text input and the label. And the remaining all properties are almost similar for label and text input. This X and Y properties and all. So here there is an intertext is also there. So intertext is nothing but please enter your name. I can write your intertext as please enter your name. So that is nothing but when the text input is empty, so it will be suggesting the user to enter your name here. So this is the hint text of the text input. So please enter your name. So the user can able to understand that either I have to I have to enter my name here. So enter my name. Okay, so same properties are also available for the text input fill and uh, text colors and all these things. Everything is same. Okay, same border color and all. Same text properties and everything you can choose based on your requirement. Okay, so this is regarding the text input. And there is a rectangle, so you can utilize for your design purpose or whatever it may be based on the different types of requirements you can utilize. And there is a date picker. Date picker means what? It is a calendar type of thing, so that you can select your date. Based on this selection, the date will be selected. So there is a pre-built date picker is available in the Power Apps. So this is the date picker, and this is a form. I'll tell you how to use this. And there is a gallery. So there is a gallery which you can able to show the data, detailed data in a gallery, the student list or mark list or whatever it may be. So you can have the gallery here, and you can in the gallery again there are many type of galleries are there. We'll discuss in detail when you use the galleries. Okay, so here when you click on the gallery, the left side there will be properties, and the right side again there will be some properties. So you can have the type of gallery that you wanted to have. If, for example, if you wanted to have a blank gallery, so there will be no items provided. If you wanted to have one title only, title and subtitle. So like this, there are many types of galleries are available. A three columns gallery, title and subtitle gallery, like this. So there are many types of formats are available, and also in the galleries there are two types of the galleries, like flexible galleries and normal galleries. So flexible galleries are nothing but when you use auto adjustments, like for example, so flexible galleries means, for example, if in one particular gallery the row name has maximum number of characters or more, and in another column the maximum number of characters are less. So if you use a flexible height gallery, then this row one will be automatically adjusted to this level, and the row two will be automatically adjusted based on the name size which is available in the row. So the purpose of the flexible height gallery is it is an auto adjusted gallery. Auto adjusted gallery. So it will be automatically adjusted with respect to the content available in the particular item. So that is very very useful when you use the irregular type of unstructured type of things in as an items. The type of things can be utilized in the flexible height galleries. And there's a normal galleries. You can take it as a normal gallery. So then after that, very important one is a button. So button is used to give the input to the uh, Power Apps, from Power Apps to the database, or else on clicking. So whenever there is a requirement of clicking, so then you can utilize the button as a control. So this button is also having same properties as UI, which is having the label and all. So in the on select properties, I can write a code on the button. So on selecting of the button, I can write a code, very basic code like notify. So I can write good morning. For example, if I click on this button, so it is notifying like a good morning to me. So this is the on select property of the button. So there you can change your name and everything. Say good morning. Okay. So I can change my bits like this. I can change everything. So say when you click on this, say good morning, then it will be saying good morning like that. Or else you can write submit or accept, close, decline. So everything that whatever you want, you can write on this button text, and also you can change the button color and everything. So sometimes, for example, if you wanted to accept, then you can click on accept here, or else approve. I can approve and reject buttons are also there. So similar way, I wanted to have the approve. So I just wanted to change here directly just for the understanding purpose. I'm writing. Okay, so similar way of button I wanted to have for the reject. So I'm just simply copying that button and pasting on the same screen. Then I'm just changing the name of this button like to reject. So I just wanted to mention a red color. Okay, and this color is a white. So it looks some nice. Here also I would like to have same color. And this fill color is somewhat green. Right. perfect. And now I just wanted to show when you are clicking on the reject button, then I'm just changing the name here, rejected. Then once you press on approve, then it will be showing approved. Once you want to click on reject, then it is showing rejected like that. So buttons are useful for the patching of the data. Any other purpose you can utilize the buttons, and you can have the multiple UI and everything that you can play on this UI. Right. So these are the major controls which are available here, and also few more controls are available. Pen input, drop down. So drop down is also one more important input that you can utilize here. So in the drop down list, for example, I wanted to show few country names here. Example, I wanted to show here. So I can have the drop down as this. So for the user to have some selection, you can provide the drop down and he can select it. So this is a drop down, and same UI controls are available for this drop down as well. And there is a combo box similar to the drop down. There is a combo box similar to it. But what is the difference between these two? So you can have a doubt like when you're having the same type of properties for the drop down and combo box, then why we are having two. So here the another property of the combo box is you can search. So there is a India, Australia. So I can search USA. So there are, for example, many items are there in the drop down. Then user no need to scroll down to the last and selecting the things. But here, if you are using the drop downs combo box, then you can search by typing the name. So inbuilt search option is available for the combo box. So this is an important property of the combo box. Search and display purpose is there. So both will give you the same result, but there is an additional provision in the combo box as a search option. So here this is the date picker, list box, checkbox. So this is a checkbox you can utilize in your applications, and radio input. So this is a radio input options. For the options you can utilize it, and there is a toggle for on and off purpose, and there is a slider. You can utilize the slider in the real-time applications like this. So you can see use the slider values, so reducing and increasing the sizes and all, and you can turn on and turn off, and you can select it, and you can select the options such as, so all these things are based on your application availability and requirements. And there is a rating button is also there. You can give the ratings. So here I wanted to give 1 rating, 5 rating like this, and so these are just controls. You will be having a lot of coding on these controls because, for example, let me show you one example. So the value is 3 here. For example, I wanted to fill this rating fill. I wanted to change it. If self dot value is less than 3, color dot red, self dot value is equal to 3, color dot yellow, or else a small code I have applied on this thing. So, for example, my logic is if the rating is less than 3, then it should show red color. If the code is around 3, it should show yellow. The code is 3 more than 3, it should show green. So like that, I can play on this thing. So this is a or rating control. You can utilize based on your rating purpose and all. And there is a timer, very important, this one also. So timer will be utilized in many cases, auto start, and now you can give you the duration and all. We'll discuss one by one later slowly. And there's a form display, edit form and display form also. Rich text editor is also there, and text input, HTML text input is also there. So the galleries which I have shown, told you earlier, like there are two types of galleries: blank galleries, flexible height galleries, and normal galleries. So that these are the things, and the containers are also available, and media is also available, 3D images and all these things. Icons are available, so you can take any one of the icon to represent in the application. You have to explore these things. What are the things that you have? These charts and AI builders and shapes and everything is there. So you can utilize this type of icons when you wanted to click on this directly. So everywhere you have to write a code. Just these are the icons to represent in the screen. And you can maximize and zoom in, zoom out your studio here. And this is the play mode. Okay. So these are the controls that you have in your Power Apps. Right. And now one more important thing is in the Power Apps, you have to have three capabilities. One is the database, which is connected to the Power Apps, whether it may be a Dataverse or SharePoint. So that is another thing. So this is the first database. And another local database is also there called collections. Collections. So collections will store the data from the database or whatever it may be, or else you wanted to have based on your requirement, so which is stored locally in the application. So whenever, for example, if you wanted to have a small collection when you open the application, then you can create a collection here and you can declare the values on the collection, and then you can utilize that collection for the application purpose. So whether although these collections are not stored in the database, which is in the backend. So this collection will be storing the data in your application as a local storage. So these collections are very much useful for us, and you have to have the store the data in the collections. So we'll start the application with respect to the collections first itself without connecting to the database. So we'll perform some functions in the Power App application by using the collections only first. Then after that, we'll go to the database connections. And one more important point is also there. Uh, that is the variables. Variables. So here, variables are nothing but like you wanted to store a particular column or a particular record, then you have to store in the variable, and that variable can be utilized in the application. So there are two types of variables are again. So I'll discuss regarding the variables in detail. So before going to that, yeah, we'll discuss regarding the variables first. Then after that, yeah, first we'll discuss regarding the variables. So variables will be storing the data. Variables will be storing the data, and the data may be a record type. Okay, so the data will be stored in the record. So complete record data will be stored in the variables. So there are two types of the variables: global variables and local variable. variable, or you can say as a context variable. Okay, so there are two types of the variables are available. One is global variable and another one is a local variable or a context variable. So global variable is nothing but when you store a data in the global variable, so that variable can be utilized throughout the application. So for example, in your application, you have six screens are available. So when you declare a data on a particular global variable in the starting of the screen, then that particular data can be utilized in entire application. Like throughout the six screens, you can utilize that variable. But whereas in the context variable, for example, if you are utilizing for one screen, you have declared a variable in one screen, particular screen number two, then you can utilize that variable only in the screen number two, and you cannot utilize in the screen number four or five or six. So that is a context variable. Although there is a workaround for that, like you can utilize the same variable which is stored in the context variable in another screens also. That can be done by using certain navigation functions. So that we'll be discussing when during the application when you're designing it. That is very important context variable. And here, this global variable is declared by using a function called set. By using the set function, you can declare the global variable here. But in the case of context variable, you can declare the context variable by using update context. So this is a uh, functionality for the update context, like you have to write a update context and open the bracket and floor braces, and you have to declare the value like this. Then you have to use a semicolon colon here, and in the set variable, for example, like that. So for the global variable, you have to write the function such as set comma variable comma true, set of variable comma true. For the update context, you have to utilize this type of functionality. So here, what is the major difference between these two? So both, although though both the variables are having the same functionality, but the thing is like the set variable is utilized for the entire application, but the update context variable is utilized for only one screen. So what is the major problem, like major difference between these two is, so when it comes to the performance of the application, then if you are using all set variables, then it will take some load on the application because it has to store large values on the set variable instead of update context. So as a good developer, you have to think whether which variable to store in the global and which variable to store in the local. So if the variable is utilized only for the particular screen, then you have to declare with the update context. Or if the variable is required in any other screen as well, then you have to declare it as a set variable. So that is a major difference between these two. A good developer will be discriminating these two variables and utilizing it a proper way to reduce the load on the application so that the performance will be good. So end of the day, the performance of the application to be very, very fast, and as optimizing of the performance is also an important role as a being a good developer. So that you have to take care when you are developing the application, because once it is developed and after that if you wanted to change it, then it will take a lot of time. So before developing that, the one developer should have complete structure of the application in your mind. Then only you can able to declare in a proper way. And coming to the collections, so you have two collections called clear collect and collect. By using these two functions, you can generate the collections here, develop the collections here. Clear collect is nothing but what here. So first, whatever the data is available in the collection will be cleared, and after that, it will be collecting some values in the collection. So this will be utilized based on your requirement. And there is a collection called collect function. So this collection is nothing but like it will not clear the collection, but it will store the data in the collection. So for example, if you can have a doubt like how to clear this collection, then you can utilize the clear function in the collection. So for example, I have collected a collection called ABC collection. Okay. So in this case, I have some values in this collection. So whatever it may be. I just wanted to clear all the collection and I wanted to have a fresh collection. Then I can write directly clear function and then I can clear the collection so that my collection will get empty and now I can utilize the collection again. But whereas in case of this clear collector, as and when you click on the button, the collection will be automatically cleared and the new data will be stored in the clear collect function. Okay, so this is how we can utilize the collections and variables in the applications. And so you have to be perfect when you utilize collections and variables so that every time you should not call the database for the application performance so that it will be there will be a lot of problems that you are going to face when you without using the collections like because every time the query will be going to the Power Apps and searching in the database and coming back to the Power Apps will be giving you so there will be a lot of delegation warnings will be available so, like much possible extent, you have to utilize the collections for the data purpose. So, this is regarding the collections. Here, take a button here. I just create a collection over here. Collect. I'm writing with call. Collect names. Name is equal to push. Okay. So I'm just having three names in my collection. Okay. So here I just wanted to submit it. So when I'm submitting this, I got a collection. So I wanted to show that collection in a gallery. So I have just given my name, whatever the collection I have given. I just wanted to show with a name and I can click on the gallery. I can increase my size of the text. Okay, right. Now I have clicked it again and again and a collection is created. And again I have clicked it. Again I have got some three more names here. So with same name. So it will be repeating again and again. So I don't want to have this kind of thing. So this is a collection which is storing the data when I submit on a function with these names. Okay. So for example, if you wanted to have this kind of interaction, then you can have this kind of collection. So again, when you click again, it will be forming the collection again with the multiple names. So before I don't want to have this thing, just I wanted to clear it. I'm writing clear all names and after that executing the collection. Now you can see this. So I'll be having only three because already the data which is available in the collection has been cleared and again a new collection has been created with respect to the three names. Even though if I click it again, same will be happen because every time when I click on this button, so this collection is clearing and again forming the new collection with the same names. I just don't want to have this two functions instead of these. I can utilize only clear collect. The same functionality I have merged in single collection. So it will be done as it is. Same function, same thing. The change I have done is here. Instead of collecting the names, first I am clearing it and after that I am collecting it. Okay, so I hope you got the few understand regarding the collection and the clear collection and clearing the collection. Okay. So functionality wise, we'll discuss from the next class. Right straight away, we'll go to the clear collection and we'll discuss. We'll start adding the details of the collection and we'll play with the gallery, edit, and all these things. So all the CRUD operations regarding the collection and all, how to create a collection and all, how to write the collection and all, we'll discuss in the next class. So after completing my actions, I am sharing this, I am saving this application, and after that, I'll be publishing my application so that it will be saved. So there is a saving animation which you can able to see this. So all changes have been changed, and I can publish this application with A1 as a version node for me, so that I can understand where I have been saved this application at what time and like that. So I've been published this application and I can close this application. I can close it. So I can back to the solution. Back to the solution. So as you can see the apps here, and this is a training application, and I am the owner for this. And last modified is 24 seconds. And this is the type of the application is a canvas. And when you click on it again, it will be open.